What is the main reason why XRP will go through another bubble in 2025? Thanks for the great question. I think a lot of you have been wanting to know about it. There are probably a lot of things that are going through your mind when you think about Election Day and what happened in November 2024 that led to where we are now. We could talk about taxes, which have a big effect on prices. A lot of things can change the price of something, like elections, everything, clear rules, institutional usage, ETFs, and more. In other words, a lot of things can change the price of XRP, but there are some things that will definitely have a bigger effect on the price of XRP than others. In today's movie, we're going to really look into all of that so that you guys have a general idea of when XRP's price will really start to rise and skyrocket and what kinds of market conditions you need to look out for to make sure that your banks will go up when you want them to. That being said, I asked Grok's deep search tool, to basically look through the whole internet, gather all the information it could find, and then summarize it for you. These deep searches are really cool, right? As you can see, it just pulls all this information together from all over the web. Several minutes of reading tens of different articles every second and putting all of that knowledge together. Also, it's clear that not all information on the internet is good. There's a lot of false information, clickbait, and other useless information. So when you take all the bad content, all the good content, and then take an average of them all, you usually get a pretty good idea of what is likely to happen. You can also ask a lot of different kinds of questions, such as what could happen to the price of XRP in the future? What are the most important things that will cause the price of XRP to rise at certain times? What changes will ETFs make to the price of XRP, among other things? So I thought I'd give you a quick rundown of this deep search, like I did earlier today. You won't have to wait several minutes while it gathers all this information. This should give you an idea of what we're looking at. When I asked the AI tool, what will be the main thing that affects the price of XRP? It told me that the SEC case against Ripple would be the answer. I still think that this will happen. The main parts of this case are now over. There is only one thing left to do: Ripple's counter-appeal against the SEC. This should be the last part of the suit. There is information here that this case was finally over on March 19, 2025. A lot of people on the internet agree that this is the main reason why XRP's price could change a lot in 2025. You can see that the SEC dropped its 4-year case that proved XRP is not a security under US law. This was the start of a big regulatory cloud that began in December 2020. We can see that when you take the main cause at face value and think, okay, well, the case was dropped on March 19th. Why aren't prices moving in a meaningful way? It's amusing, but when you look a little deeper, you realize that yes, this understanding will be fully understood in due course. The effect is talked about here. The price has already gone up by more than 10% because of this clarity. It's expected to boost investor confidence, encourage institutional adoption, and make it easier to relist on big exchanges like Coinbase, which is interesting. The AI tool doesn't actually have all the most up-to-date data. They say that the certainty caused the price to rise by more than 10%, but it didn't. They also say that it will be relisted on Coinbase. It was on Coinbase before the case even finished, so it's already there? Yes? So cool. After that, they try to give background here and in many other places, so I thought this was pretty funny. I guess the Grok basically searched the whole internet and put all this information together. Then they're giving us information that is totally wrong, which is pretty crazy. You can also see that they say adoption, technological strengths, and wider market trends are important, but the lawsuit's resolution is more important because it opens the door for these other factors. When I look at this, I really start to believe what most people thought, which was that the end of the SEC lawsuit against Ripple would be the biggest thing that would happen, right? They thought that this would cause the most price movement right away. I think that's because of this deep search. It basically searched the whole internet for all of these stories and put them all together because that's what it found to be the best use case. It's just that there is a lot of false information out there in the crypto space. Grok is basically taking this false information and passing it off as fact, which is very strange and worries me for a number of reasons. But we can't believe what Grok says, honestly. That's pretty much what we think here until Grok gets some big new information. It doesn't say anything that we can trust, and for the record, quite a few people see AI tools as something like the Messiah. Don't get me wrong, while AI tools can be very useful in some situations, they are far from being as good as real analysts when it comes to figuring out how the price of a coin might move in the future. You can also see that the expert thinks the price will go up to $5.81. For Grok, this is like a price estimate that goes up, which I thought was very interesting. I also asked Grok to give me an overview of the search on how the price of XRP will change in 2025. This is a picture of a prediction that went from 182 to 385. We're already above 182. I guess this is a bearish forecast. Then at $581, it says that the price will go up, and the midpoint is $3.85. What do you guys think of these Grok price predictions? I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts. I mean, a price estimate of 581 going up and a mid-range of 385 seems very, very odd to me. Now, they get their news from places like Investing Haven, Coinpedia, and Cryptopolitan. I know that Coinpedia, Investing Haven, and Cryptopolitan are all against XRP. All of these news outlets have put out a lot of information that is against XRP more than once. And that's why I'm not sure if I should actually trust this information. Just remember to take everything I see with a grain of salt. Now, I think that XRP will get most of its price action from usefulness, which is the adoption itself, right? Due to the fact that usefulness does that. The price will move when you add more features to the XRP ledger and make it more useful. This will lead to more people using it, which is what drives price action. This is true for almost everything in the world of business. You should really give it some thought. Why do companies like Apple and Amazon look like some of the biggest in the world? It turns out the answer is pretty easy. How many people have an iPhone? How many people use Apple Pay? A lot of people buy things on Amazon. Those numbers are absolutely out of this world, right? Because of this, legal clarity is not going to be what really drives the price of XRP. Do not misunderstand. It's great that regulations are clear to begin with. We should be able to get more acceptance with this, right? That's the first step, but it's not the thing that starts it all, right? So everyone who thought the SEC case would cause a big hype pump was wrong about what really drives price movement. People use the XRP system and banks use it to send money to other countries. This is what will make XRP really go off the charts. That's what our group needs to really work towards. Also, I have a task for everyone back home. I know this to be true because, to be honest, the XRP record has some of the least used blocks on the chain. Making a Zaman pocket is what I want them to do. This is a wallet for XRP ledgers, because here's the deal. You can use a different one if you want to do things on the chain. We can't expect more people to use XRP if we're not even using it for what it was made for, if we're not even doing anything on the chain with it.